Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So today I want to talk about how my wife and I were able to sell over 150 items in 31 days on our eBay store, Auction Express 247. And so I'm going to be showing you some of the results we had and how we went about getting those results as well. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you 4 of the top items that sold for us. So here we go, guys. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Just give me a minute here. So as you see right here, this is Auction Express 247 is the name of the store. And in the last 31 days, from January 14th to February 13th, 2018, we brought in $3,380.12 in sales. So you got to look at your ROI to figure out how much of that is actually what you made in profit. But if you look here, this is the trend, and it's been going like this for us since right about June of last year. And we only had one day since June of last year, 2017, that we had no sales whatsoever. Now, there are a couple days here where we had minimal amount of sales. I think the lowest one was $6, but there are also days where we had a couple $100 in sales. So this kind of shows you here on the listings, the items that sold for us. If you see here, it shows more than 150 items. Some of these items the person either didn't pay for yet, or they changed their mind, or they could have also decided to return it once they received it, because we try to turn the items around quite as quick as we can. So this is the first thing I was going to share with you. The next thing is going to be how we went about doing that. So you can see here the amount of traffic we got towards the items that we were listing. We had over 415,000 listings and impressions on eBay. With that, we had over 9,880 page views. You can see the conversion. So the click rate, through rate is 7%. Conversion, sales conversion is 1.6%. And whether it's bad or good, it's been pretty steady for us all the way through since June of last year. Now, this is the transactions from all the traffic that we got. We had 160 transactions altogether. Here, this shows you which items was seen or looked at the most. And you can see this thing here. It's actually a clear HD TV digital indoor antenna. And we're selling these either as new items or new open packaging, or even used items. You can see the amount of views, how many transactions we had. Now, this is the remainder of what we had since last year. We started getting these sometime around about August, and right off the bat, it started selling pretty good for us. We had some PS4 video games that I came and got for $5 a piece. Most of them, some of them were a bit more, and we're able to turn these around and get anywhere between $17 up to $35 on these PS4 games. And I know I could have sold them for more on many of them. However, like many items that we get, I try to turn around as quick as we can. I had a Bounty Hunter Fun Fighter metal detector. I actually sold a second one just this week. Binder lot of Dragon Ball Z's. These two items here we got from Goodwill. Sky Viper V2900 Pro streaming video drone. So this thing here, it was my personal drone that we get out of the first pallet that we ever bought. We had purchased a pallet for $250, and it was supposed to be a different kind of drone that was a propel drone worth about $75. Ended up being the Sky Viper, which at the time was worth somewhere around $200 to $250. And this drone flies great. And if you haven't had a drone yet and you want to get started, you want something that flies fast, flies far and pretty high, with some really good HD quality videos, I would go for the Sky Viper 2900. And we were fortunate enough to find another one in one of the thrift stores. Actually, it's more of a retail store that we go to but get bargains. But also see these as well quite a bit at a different source, online source. And we're able to see these going for somewhere between $25 up to about $50, and they still resell from anywhere from $100 up to $150. So we have Nerf rival guns. These sell very well. Again, here's another PS4 game. Samsung Blue wireless soundbar. We had a Bounty Hunter Fun Fighter metal detector. So this is the same here showing. There was two different kinds of metal detectors that we had. If you can see here, a couple different things. Power A PS3 controller, Funko Pop. Now we got a few of those at a good price. But this is actually a shirt, and we got a couple of these as well that sold. New York Yankees Baseball World Series metal tickets. So these metal tickets, we got a really, really discounted price. And we're able to turn around and sell these now anywhere from $5 all the way up to about $25, depending on which team it was for. And during the time that we sold it, we kept playing around with the price a little bit. So I'm going to go to the next page. This is the dashboard. So this dashboard here is for promoted listings. So one of the things that we did since we started back in June to list more items. First, we went for the first, I'm going to say 4 months without any kind of changes. We started listing at first everything auction, and then we started getting charged quite a bit by eBay, having to relist every 7 days. So then we changed everything to fixed price. So we did that for almost 6 months, and all the way through the holidays. Now, we didn't even mess with the promoted listings until after the holidays as well. Now, I had been seeing some great things about it on the Facebook groups, people making extra sales. So two things we started doing after this holiday 2017, after Christmas, is we started doing more auctions on some of the items that we had sitting around or the items that we had not listed yet. And we also started doing some promoted listings. You can see here, promoted listings will work for you. And it shows here 33 items sold. And this is in 31 days, the last 31 days, which you saw in the previous page that we had sold over 150 items. And the total sales we had was 3,380. So this is the amount of sales we had from promoted listings. So do they work? Yes. Are they necessary? We've had some really good results without it, but we were thinking since it was right after the holiday season, people were buying more during that time. We started sales slowing down for about a week or two, so we tried it. We decided to try these strategies, and it did help out. So, if something you want to try, I definitely say you should recommend it. And how did we go about doing the campaigns? I wasn't sure what it was at first, so I just kind of tested the water and listed a few things separately. As you can see here, I had the first campaign. It was just a regular name here, but it had several different kind of items in there. And I decided to separate it by toys, and I did sporting goods here. This campaign here, campaign 3, I just listed some of the other items, but I didn't list everything at first. And then I went through video games. I did one for miscellaneous items. Eventually, starting February, I decided to go ahead and do promoted listings for all the items I had listed on eBay. So currently I have somewhere just under 800 because I had it all the way up to 1,000 items listed. But through the holidays, that got depleted quite a bit. And it's kind of a struggle to try to get over 1,000 items listed if you're only by yourself or if you have 2 people, if you have other things going on as well. So it is a challenge, but it's doable. So to do that, we were listing anywhere from 10 to 20 items a day, and doing mostly through our phone apps, the eBay phone app. So it's doable, but it is time consuming as well, especially if you're trying to source on a regular basis. And you also have to package all the items that you sell to make sure it gets out to the customer on time. So just to give you an idea right here, this is our this is Auction Express. And I don't have 100% feedback, so I did have some neutral negative feedback. And I've seen some people comment on Facebook that they won't buy from anybody with neutral negative feedback. And I look at it this way. When you go to a department store, you're not going to find any department store that haven't had any kind of customer returns or complaints. Now, what's the same thing with an online store? You're going to have people that try to work with you. You have some people that don't. And it's not that we try to sell bad items or we try to scam people, because that's not what we're into. We try to get some good sales. If you can see, the majority of the feedback has been positive. And this is 633 feedbacks. but it's all the way up to 872 feedback score, which that's the amount of people that left feedback, which is generally about, from what I've seen, somewhere around a little bit over half, almost 2/3, almost like 1/3 of the items that you sold. Let's say under half or 1/3 of the items that you've sold already that people will leave feedback for. And we have a lot of great feedback. Like I just want to hear excellent seller, great communication. Thank you. So we try to work with our customers the best that we can whenever there's an item that doesn't, is not what they expected, or for some reason there's a problem with the item. And we have no problems with giving a refund whenever the refund is warranted as well. So here it shows a few of the items that we have. We have 776 items listed, and this is just types of items. So some of them are multiples. We have multiple items, so it's actually more than that. It's probably closer to about 1,200 to 1,500 items. And this is just an idea of some of the items that we have listed right here. You can see this one here right now, the Nerf and Strike gun for $37.95. Just picked this up at Goodwill, actually, this evening after work, because I do have a 9-to-5 job. My wife does this to be able to stay home with our baby, give us some extra income. So I picked this thing up here, nice little model plane. Should be make a good profit on that one. Picked up these. They're camo military shoulder bags for carrying computers. They're brand new. Picked up 3 of them at Goodwill, and they had three more over there, but I decided to just go with 3 and see what happens. I had picked up a few PS4 brand new games. Also had picked up some PS3 brand new games. This one had been relisted because it was something that somebody had purchased. They received a PS4, and they never sent back the PS4 that they received. So eBay closed the case on it, and we have one more to sell. I also have a used one that I just put up for sale yesterday. That was my own PS3 FIFA 17 that I had ever since I had a PS3 gaming console for, I think, about 3 years now. But it's in really good, almost like new condition, and that's the way it's listed. So this guy here, John Lester, Augusta Green Jacket Bubblehead. So bubbleheads, we've been having some pretty good luck with bubbleheads, and it's just a matter of getting them at the right price and trying to turn them around and list them. And you have some that will sell within 24 hours. You have some that will stay there a bit longer, but the right customer will pick these up at the right price. Many of the things we have, we also set to accept offers. Not everything, but many of the items, which has made quite a bit of a difference for whenever times are slow for sales. So another PlayStation 2 game. Picked up this nice little hockey stick bag. It's brand new with tags. A bit of everything you see here. So you get some of the return liquidation items. You have some Goodwill items that we picked up that are brand new as well. This one here, Transformer, new and open box. It says pre-owned, so there must have been something with this one, because if you see there's something here that is not brand new, parts are missing, that's been used for any kind of reason, and we'll list pre-owned instead of new and open box. This Monopoly game, picked this up tonight as well. It's a 1970s anniversary edition Parker Brothers real estate training game, and it's unopened, sealed. This video game, I picked up actually these DVDs for soccer training. I picked up 3 of them when I was in Las Vegas, and I actually sold one already. I have 2 more left. Nice little strong lights, Fat Max. PS3 game console. This is actually my PS3 game console I had for 3 years. I replaced it with a PS4. So this one's up for sale. Threw in a couple video games with it. And clear remote. This was just listed yesterday evening. Have some martial arts gear. Whenever I have a chance to find a bag of martial arts gear at Goodwill, I try to find a bag that has the gear inside already, so you can get a better deal. You can turn around and make a little better profit on it. Xbox 360, picked this up at Goodwill, threw in a couple games, and listed it for a little bit more than what I paid. Brand new game, brand new hat, bag. We picked these up at it's what a treasure hunt at a location where we go and buy pallets that they have on regular basis, and this is really nice and profitable as well. And a nice little massager for anybody who has a long day right here. This is a nice vintage massager. I remember the barbers using these when I was a kid after they give you a haircut. Anybody likes a Georgia Bulldogs, nice bobblehead right here to coach. This is Olympic season, so this pin right here just went up in price. And one of the first items I ever sold on eBay for a good amount was actually it was an Olympic pin from, I can't remember exactly which game, but it was a nice little case that it came into. I picked that up for $6, and that was almost 3 years ago. Picked it up for $6. I had it for about a month, didn't list it, and decided to list it, and it sold within 15 minutes for $120. So a really good turnaround there. You can see a nice little variety of items that we have listed. And some items sell quicker, some of them take a little bit more time. Again, if you have the right price listed for the right buyer, they will sell it for you. Having promo listing helps, and taking off offers as well helps. So this is just an idea of some of the things we have. Now to finish this video, as I said, I'm gonna go and show you the top 4 things that sold for us in the last 31 days. The first one here is this train. This was picked up on our trip to Las Vegas at Goodwill. This thing here we picked up for $30, right? It was on sale. It was half off that day. It is a nice train. We have not tested it, and it was listed as untested. And if you see here, the carts for this train, this is a vintage train. The carts alone could probably go more from what we sold it, some of the carts or tracks. But we were able to sell for $155, and that one's already been packaged up and shipped. So the next item we have that sold was this nice Samsung bar, sound bar right here. And this Samsung sound bar, it was brand new, open box. It was tested. We actually almost thought about keeping it because it was really nice, and sent it out to the new owner. And he came back and told us it was really great items, and he was happy that he made the purchase. $89 for this. This was an item that came in one of the first larger electronic pallets that we had purchased last year. The third item that sold was actually this Nerf rival gun, and the Nerfs for us have been really good. Different sizes sell, whether they're working or not. People will buy them. They even buy parts as well. So something to keep in mind. And again, this is the drone that I had kept for myself. Decided to go ahead and list it because I know I can find other ones at a good price as well. So anyways, this Skyviper drone right here, it actually came in the pallet, like I said before, in the wrong box. And it was a pallet we bought for $250. And this thing sold for $100. So covered almost half of the pallet that we have purchased in. So guys, that's my video for today. Hopefully this will give you some encouragement, some tips, some ideas on what you can do with your eBay stores and to make more sales. If you have any questions regarding this video or any other of my videos, be sure to leave some comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, so that way you can catch my next video, where I'll be sharing more of my experiences, tips, and some of our results. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.